Hello folks, Rob Dreemeyer here. Welcome to Broadway Barfly. Today we're making a delicious blackberry liqueur called Creme de Mure. If you're a theater fan who loves a great cocktail, click that subscribe button because Broadway Barfly is the channel for you. I have to admit I wasn't all that familiar with Creme de Mure. I knew it was a blackberry liqueur, but I was more familiar with some of its relatives, Creme de Cassis, which is made with black currants, and Chambord, which is a raspberry liqueur. But I was turned on to Creme de Mure when I was at home recently in Illinois with my family for a prolonged visit. My sister has a blackberry bush in her yard, and if you've ever purchased blackberries in the store, you know they can be quite expensive. And so having your own blackberry bush is like having that goose that lays the golden egg, because she always has this abundance of blackberries stored away in her freezer. So while I was visiting, she said, do you want some of these? Maybe you could make a pie or a cobbler or something. And that got me to thinking, I wonder if maybe we could make a blackberry liqueur. So I read up on Creme de Mure. I did a little bit of investigating and tinkering around, and I came up with this recipe here, which is really good. It's easy to make, and I know you're gonna like it. While I was visiting over the course of about 8 weeks, I think we went through about 2 double batches of this. So that's how good it is. Like most of these liqueurs, this is made in 2 steps. First, we make an infused alcohol, and then we'll combine it with a simple syrup to make our liqueur. So for this first step, I have blackberries, brandy, vodka, lime juice, and a lime we're going to use for its zest. I've said this in a lot of these videos, but when we make these liqueurs, make sure you're using a moderately priced mid-level brand of alcohol, because consider these the supporting players. They are there to support the primary flavor, which in this case is blackberry, and save your top shelf liquors for cocktails where they have to be the star of their own show. We start by adding our blackberries to a sealable jar, and this is about 2 cups. And to that we add 1.25 cups of vodka. We add 3/4 cup of our brandy. We add 1 ounce of lime juice. And then we add the zest of our lime. I'm going to use maybe 3 or 4 nice swaths of this lime. If you're using a smaller lime, you could go ahead and just zest the entire thing. And we seal this up, and we give it a good swirl around. So now we just let this sit in a cool, dark place for 5 days, and we wait. Our blackberries and lime zest have been steeping in our brandy, vodka, and lime juice for 5 days now, and it's ready to go. We know it's ready to go because of the color. We can see that the alcohol has picked up the reddish purple color of the berries, and the berries themselves have lightened in color considerably. We also know it's ready because of the taste. When we give it a taste now, we no longer taste the we no longer taste the ingredients individually. We really taste it all as one infusion, and so it's ready to go. And what we have to do is first strain out the berries and the lime zest. And then we can put those aside. We then strain our infused alcohol through a coffee filter. We want our end result to be really nice and clear, and straining it through a coffee filter will sift out all of those little pulpy bits of berries. I'll warn you that this can be a little bit tedious and time-consuming, but the end result is worth the wait. So just be patient and let it work. If it stops flowing midstream, you may need to replace the coffee filter with a fresh one and then just continue on. So we'll do this little by little, and we're also going to multitask. While this is working, I'm going to make a simple syrup. We'll combine 1 cup of sugar with 1 cup of water, bring it up to just under a boil until all of the sugar is dissolved in a light syrup forms. Then once we've completely strained our alcohol and our simple syrup has cooled down to room temperature, we'll be ready to put it all together. Our simple syrup is finished and it's cooled to room temperature. All of our infused alcohol has strained through the coffee filter, and I will confess to you, it took a good long time, a lot of finessing, and I think I used 3 coffee filters. But I couldn't be more happy with the end result. We have this beautiful reddish purple, clear infused alcohol, and it's going to make a really beautiful end product. So now all we do is we add our simple syrup to the infused alcohol, and we give this a stir to combine. And that's it, we've made our creme de mure. So how do we use it? Well, let's count the ways. This is so sweet and delicious that you could just serve it over ice and drink it all by itself. It makes a really nice spike for non-alcoholic beverages. You could add it to some lemonade or ginger ale or top it off with club soda. It also is a nice addition to Prosecco. Garnish it with some blackberries and you have a nice summertime brunch cocktail. You can also use this in addition to or instead of simple syrup in a number of different cocktails where you would normally use simple syrup. One, for example, would be a mint julep. Normally you muddle together mint leaves with the simple syrup. Well, add some blackberries and creme de mure to the mix and have a nice blackberry infused mint julep. Sounds pretty good, right? Broadway Barfly does have a video where we make a proper mint julep and we discuss the show Finian's Rainbow. So if you haven't checked that video out, please do. There is one cocktail that's very closely associated with the creme de mure, and that's called the Bramble. I'm not going to make it here. The Bramble gets its own video, so if you want to learn how to make that, look out for that video. I'm going to bottle this up now, and as always, thank you for spending your time with Broadway Barfly. Feel free to check out all of our videos. We make other liqueurs. We make limoncello, Kahlua, and amaretto, for example. And we also have our Broadway musical and cocktail pairings. Until the next time, cheers. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? Feel free to leave your comments and click that subscribe button because there's a lot more Broadway Barfly to come.